Hello investors and traders, today I'll speak about the stock market, the Fed, the interest rates, and of course the Bitcoin, the B2C. I have an update in the B2C about my portfolio for this year, so let's start. And usually, of course, let's check the S&P 500. Here I see a correctional. I'm expecting here all this move, all the decrease, leading diagonal. It's in my mind the wave A correctional one, and it consists of 5 waves: the first wave, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. So here I'm expecting another move down. It can be the fifth wave, and my target is about 32 33 for S&P 500. By the way, here is a major now local support level is 38. If we'll break it, of course, it can be the decreasement can be very accelerated. So generally speaking, I'm expecting to see S&P 500 towards the end of this year down about 15%. It's my view, and then that's why I'm not heavily buying stocks. Let's speak about the Fed, the interest rates. So yesterday the Fed increased the Fed fund rate to 4.75 to 5%. So the interest rate, the Fed fund rate now actually is 5%. And let's have a look on the expectations. The expectations for the next meeting, it will be in 41 days. And it also most probably the expectations that actually it will be the same, no increasement, 63% that we will stay in the current range. And if we'll check this at the summer, so we still 53% that will stay the same range. Let's have a look on the summary of the all expectations for our rates. So now we are here, and most probably at the middle of summer, at the end of this year, we're expecting to see a slight decreasement. So the expectations that at the end of 2023 the yield will be 4%. So actually it's 1% decreasement from now, and till the end of this of the next year it can be about 3%. So still 3-4%. I don't think it's a small figure. That's why I think that 5%, believe me, if we have 5% interest rate, the Fed fund rate, so the mortgage rate now is about 7, maybe 7.5. So it's a lot. It's can cause a lot of problem for the bank sector from the regional bank. So generally the high interest rates can be are expected to stay for a long period, and it can cause another problems for banks, maybe for other financial companies. Let's have a read a few comments about the decision to increase it interest rate. So the decision came in line with expectations from most investors, although some believe the central bank should pause the tightening cycle to shore up financial stability. The Fed noted the US banking system sound and resilient, and the recent developments are likely to result in tighter credit conditions for household and business, and to weigh on economic activity, hiring, and inflation. Meanwhile, the Fed funds rate is seen reaching 5.1% this year, the same as in December projection at the end of 2024, slightly higher at 4.3% compared to 4.1%, and to fall to 3% in 2025, the same as seen in December. PCE inflation forecasts were raised in this year to 3.3%, but were kept steady for the next year, and the economy seems growing slightly less in this year and the next year also. So we see the reaction of markets today. They looks like slightly positive, but I'm not sure. Look, 5% interest rate in my mind, it's a lot. It can cause a lot of problems. But in the short term, maybe it can be positive for the index. The Nasdaq is today up about 1%, but I don't believe in this bound, is this in this growth. So here we have a few support levels, and I will be interested in buying stocks from the IT sector, like Google, like Apple, at the levels at about 10,000 points. Let's have a look and let's speak about the B2C, the Bitcoin. It's one of my my investment for this year, so it's giving me now a lot of money. So look here, of course it was here it was an impulse, the five waves, the fourth, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. Then we had ABC correction, and now if we will look closely to this period, to the last fragment since the end of last year. So here, look, it's clearly a five wave move. So it's impulse, the first wave, the second, the third, and the fourth. But here there is high probability that this the fifth wave is very close to it finishing. If we'll use the Fibonacci levels, so we see this finishing, it can be 160% the length of the fifth wave from the third. It can be 33,000 bucks. Generally, I'm expecting to close it in the near days, in the near weeks. For me, 60-70% it's a lot. Of course, my target is 30, but look, it just few kilo from now, and it's hard. B2C is not a backed asset, but anything. And of course, if we speak about deflation, the money, the Fed can print money. The amount they would like to print, it's not a huge problem, but B2C is limited. The amount of B2C are limited, so maybe it's one the reason they show a nice growth for now, but it's of course very speculative. Or the crypto industry, it's unpredictable. Because you here don't cash flow, you don't have income statements, you don't have reportings. But anyway, from the if we speak the Elliott waves, it can be the finishing of this growth about 30, maybe 33,000. It can be the finishing of this growth, and then we may see a nice correction in this asset. If we'll check the oil price, the Brent, let me check. So here generally I think we are in correctional wave, the fourth wave. So it was the first and the second, the third. Third is usually the longest wave in the impulse. Here near these levels the correction may finish, but then I'm expecting to see another fifth wave. It can be higher than 120. So I'm expecting to see a spike in this asset. I don't know what can be the reasons, what can cause such a nice bounce, but I'm still very bullish on the Brent crude oil price. Let's have a look on the TLT. I have a lot of my portfolio on my different portfolios. So here generally I bought at the beginning of the year. Now it's up more than 4%. It's very safe asset. And my target is 120. Maybe if I will see that we are closing to this level, I will sell my position, will take my profit. We'll see, we'll check. But anyway, I receive nice dividends every month. The dividend yield here is more than 2%, so why not? The US Treasury, the TLT is ETF on the 20 plus year treasury bond of US. And for me, of course, it can be a nice investment in such a tough period, in such difficult time when we are in an environment of elevated interest rates rate globally in the world. Let's also have a look on performance on my portfolio for this year. So here I got four assets: TLT, the Bitcoin, Amazon, and Disney. So four assets. All of the weight of is. All of them is the same. It's 25%. So performance on the TLT it's up for now for today more than 4%. B2C 66, Amazon 15, and Disney 6. So generally my performance at this year since the beginning of the year is more than 22%. The same time the performance of S&P 500 only 2%. So actually I'm in 20%. I'm outperforming the main index, the S&P 500. Of course, to make to earn 20% in 3 months, I guess, yeah, I think it's very nice. It's very cool, pretty cool. So actually my performance in this year is very nice and very strong. So in the near term, I think maybe I will close, maybe I will sell the B2C, the Bitcoin, if it maybe will be 70%. For me it's enough, because I told you, I previously showed that the fifth wave, the last wave in the impulse, it can be very close to it finishing. So generally, by the way, here in the TLT we also have a dividend yield. So maybe I supposed to add here the dividend yield. So it will be around 5%, even a little bit higher. But anyway, my target for TLT is 120. So I will I think I will hold it till the end of this year. Anyway, it's pretty obvious that my stock picking, my asset picking for this year is it's okay, it's alright. 22% in 3 months, even less than 3 months. I guess it's very nice. So it's my portfolio, my model portfolio. Also I had a video at the end of last year, and I told you that it's my targets. Mine asset from which I will construct my portfolio. So 22% is the performance. And the DXY, the US dollar index, let's check it. So as I told you previously, my target is below 100 points. So we saw that maybe 5% it can be the peak of the maximum Fed fund rate. So then it can be 4%, 3%. So then the investor is expecting the US dollar to be weakened. So that's why I'm expecting actually the DXY to see a little bit lower. So my view, my forecast, it's 92, 93 points in few years from now, and it's my view. And let's have a look and let's speak about the US Treasury. So what we are seeing here is the difference between the 10-year to 2-year US Treasury yield. So now actually we have inverted yield curve. Also last time we saw such a huge difference. It was at the beginning of 2001, 2003, at the beginning of this century. So look, here I have to do, I think I would like to add the S&P 500, the SPY, and I will show you one nice thing, why I'm expecting the stock market to crash. It's very important. Look, so here just started the yield curve. It was here, it was elevated, and in this moment it started to be a normal one. And at the same time 23 years ago the stock market felt about 30-40%. We see, yeah, it was 2000. The next year, if we'll check 2008, also it was inverted yield curve. It was about 20 points. We see, and just at it's actually the same time, it's at the peak. It just started to flip to come to a normal one, and also the same time another one, the S&P 500 is falling from 150 to 275. Actually, it decreased 2 times from it. The value decreased 2 times. So that's why I'm expecting it can be something very similar here in this this case. We just seeing. So we saw inverted yield curve for maybe half of a year. No, one candle here is a month, so it was. Let me check. It was no, about 1 year. It just may start to become a normal one. So generally, it's what can be it the difference between the yields, the 2 to 10, it can be, but at the same time, for example, the S&P 500, it can show a decreasement. So that's why for me it's very hard now to buy growth stocks like Apple, like Meta, like Facebook. I think it's very very dangerous. I showed you this one in the chart. So that's why I'm preparing. Preferring to buy such assets like B2C, like TLT. But anyway, I think that this different, especially when it becoming positive one after inverted format, it's very dangerous. So of course, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press the like button, and see you on the next time. Bye.